Mark Strauss with you on the afternoon show on WJBC, now broadcasting on FM 102.1. Every month we get together with the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University, and we meet a small business owner from this area. Today, we welcome to the show Drue Van Meter. She's the owner of the Recipe Girls, an at-home gluten-free bakery that specializes in gluten-free goods that can be modified to your dietary needs. Drue, welcome to WJBC.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me.
You are someone who needs a gluten-free diet. So you came up with this idea, if I need it, other people need it, and it is a growing number of people. I think this has really exploded in recent years. How long ago did you get the idea of saying, you know what, I think this will work. I think there's a need for this. I'm going to try this. How did that get started?
Well, whenever my daughter was 4, so we were in the Virgin Islands living, and we were making some cookies, and she's like, Mommy, we're the Recipe Girls, right? And I'm like, if I ever start a business, that's what my name's going to be. So we just mulled over it and thought about it for years and years, and whenever we finally moved to Bloomington, we decided to make it a priority.
So you had the name for the business before you actually established the business, and then in 2018 you decided to forge ahead and get started. Tell me about how you decided to go about that and how far you've come since then.
Well, yes, we decided to start it in 2018. I got in contact with the Farmers Market Coordinator, Catherine Dunlap, and Linda at the health department, and they guided me to becoming a cottage food vendor, which allowed me to work from my home and bake and then sell at the farmers market.
We're talking with Drue Van Meter, the owner of the Recipe Girls, a gluten-free at-home bakery. Tell me a little bit, how does one get your product?
Well, you can come to the farmers market on Saturdays between 7:30 and noon. We're around every Saturday from the beginning of May until the end of October. And then there's also an indoor market after that happens roughly once a month, sometimes twice a month from November to April. And then I also do make deliveries once or twice a week, depending on availability.
You're on Facebook at the Recipe
Yes.
Girls. Just look for the Recipe Girls on Facebook. You're on Instagram. You've got they can phone you up. You've got email, recipegirlsgf@gmail.com if people want to order something up. So if you go to Facebook, is there a menu of items that are available? And do you do specialty stuff? If people have, for example, they're going to have a party or they're going to have a birthday and they want something special, will you do that, customize it for them?
Yes, most definitely. Just give me a call or a text or Facebook, Instagram messages. Any of that you can get to me, and we should be able to work something out. If you're dairy-free, if you're vegan, paleo, or keto, I should have something available for you.
All right. Now, tell me how you wound up reaching out to the Small Business Development Center over there at Illinois Wesleyan, and what did they do for you?
So I was actually looking to expand outside of my home, and the bank that I'm using right now, First Farmers State Bank, now the Bank of Pontiac, told me to reach out to the SBDC, that they would have a lot of ideas and a lot of information for me to go ahead and help with trying to locate those finances, whether it's a grant or with all these other different ideas, because I wanted to build a website. I didn't have an actual website yet. So they hooked me up with a class out of ISU that will do a whole bunch of tech needs, as well as marketing. If I needed marketing help, they can help me out with that as well. So there's a lot of information, a lot of resources.
All right. And then your daughter is how old now?
She is almost 10 years old.
I want to ask you one more question. You mentioned early on that when your daughter said, "We're the Recipe Girls," you were living in the Virgin Islands. What on God's green earth made you want to leave the Virgin Islands?
we were there initially because my husband was going through school to become a physician assistant. And while it was gorgeous, absolutely loved the being, at the beach and being able to hike and see jungle and desert on the same island, which was so neat. I missed my family. I got a lot of island fever. I just needed to leave, get off the island, go somewhere.
Have you been back since?
No, not yet.
All right. The Recipe Girls, owner Drue Van Meter. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and what's the phone number if somebody wants to get in touch with you personally that way?
Sure. It's area code 217-259-6982.
But you're located right here in Bloomington Normal.
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. When we come back, we'll talk to the director of the Small Business Development Center, Karen Bissoni, for her marketing tips, her business tip of the month, and we'll also get a rundown of the SBDC's upcoming events here in our SBD segment on WJBC. Welcome back. It's the afternoon show with the TV guy on the radio. We're in our Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University segment. We met Drue Van Meter, the owner of the Recipe Girls, a gluten-free at-home bakery that specializes in gluten-free goods that can be modified to your dietary needs. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. And we gave you the phone number, 217-259-6982, if you want to get a hold of her and have her do a special order for you. Let's bring in the director of the Small Business Development Center. Karen Bissoni joins us for her Small Business Tip of the Month. Karen, what have you got for us?
Hi, Mark. I want to talk about marketing tips for restaurants. Mark, as you're well aware, small business endured many challenges during, and still is during the pandemic, and small businesses have had to create a tremendous amount of change. Well, one of the toughest hit industries was that of restaurants. And so wanted to provide some tips as marketing one's restaurant and what that restaurant offers and service and products is so very important today. First of all, when you're going to market your restaurant, that presentation of food on a plate or a platter should be consistent with the branding of a small business owner's restaurant. The clarity in those pictures, maybe taking it a step further, finding a professional photographer, or maybe a student that is aspiring to become a professional photographer in the future, whatever direction you want to go, but make sure that that presentation is outstanding. Not only quality of picture, but how it's presented to the customer, potential customer. Arrange the food in an intriguing way on social media, as well as making those pictures colorful and indigenous to a particular dining experience that one offers. Also, you want to engage customers online like we would do in person, and that's not easy to do. For example, position menus online. That sounds very easy, but they need to be menus that are user-friendly, that is easy to get to, easy to read. There's a lot of clarity there as well. Create that interface that provides customers a chance to submit a reservation or a takeout order. That's extremely important. My last tip is find ways to enhance the in-person experience within the restaurant, like providing live music. That's a big hit today. Maybe more window seating. Maybe perhaps free samples of new menu items that are offered. And here's a big tip. Start, if you are on Instagram already, start using Instagram Reels, R-E-E-L-S. They are short little video clips. Do that with your customers. We have found that to be an explosive way to get your name and exposure out in public. The SBDC is doing this now. We've gone from having 200 people view an Instagram post to 18,000 people viewing one reel. It is unbelievable. It's very powerful marketing right now. That changes often, but Instagram Reels is very, very popular right now. So recommendation to restaurants to use that.
All right, in the couple of minutes we still have left, you've got some events coming up that'll be hosted and sponsored by the SBDC, and they include things like how to start a business in Illinois.
Yes, so we have one actually that is coming up this coming Wednesday, July 28th. It's from 11 to 1 p.m. It's a webinar, how to start a business in Illinois. So if you're interested in starting a business, and we highly recommend you write a business plan, we can help you do that. And this is a 2-hour seminar that talks about that as well. I will actually be presenting that, and it is a webinar, and you are welcome to go to our website and sign up for that by tomorrow. Next Tuesday, August 3rd from 12 to 1. We have a webinar, Get Set for Success, grant preparation training. There are some grants available right now, and we have been told there's going to be more in the near future, whether it's federal or state level. And this is really important to get this grant preparation paperwork out of the way once those become available. It's just one less thing you have to do when you're going to apply for a grant to help support your small business. And then on Wednesday, August 25th from 11 to 1, we have another How to Start a Business in Illinois, and it will be a webinar as well, and I will be hosting that event. So please go to our website at www.mcleancosbdc.org. Take a look at those webinars and register if you would be so kind, and I will see you at those events.
All right, and you can also check out the Small Business Development Center on Facebook and Instagram at IWU SBDC. Karen, Drue, thanks very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mark.
That's our Small Business Development Center segment on WJBC.